Well, the national anthem has concluded, and we are just about ready to go here at Shirley Povich Field. The Cropdusters, they've been a tough team all year. We'll flash up their starting lineup. Those first four guys in that lineup, especially the 3-4 of Jimmy Kirk and Matt Muir, really tough guys to face if you're the Big Train pitching staff. And the last three games these two have faced off against each other, the Cropdusters have won 2 of them, including one in Olney and then one here as well. So the right-hander Brandon Cassidy for the Big Train today has certainly got a tough task ahead of him, but he's been great throughout the season, and the defense will have to be sharp as well. As we flash that up on your screen, this is a unit that has gotten better recently in the field, but still towards the bottom when it comes to fielding percentage and errors, and at this point in time, Eli, that's something that the Big Train really can't afford to do.
Yeah, they need to be stout defensively, especially with the offense in a little bit of a slump.
Brandon Cassidy's been one of the best in the business for the Big Train, and he gets the start here in one of, if not the biggest game this season for Bethesda. Still clinging to a lead right now in the North Division, but the Big Train desperately need to have that spot locked up. They want that bye in the playoffs. They can't afford to go to a play-in game because anything can happen, Eli, in a play-in game. And we've seen some games this year for the Big Train where they really lose against opponents that they really shouldn't.
Well, the Big Train have lost to the Giants. They've almost lost to the Thunderbolts, and those would be the two teams they would have to play, one of the two, in a play-in game. Right now, they're 2.5 games up on the Cropdusters, but their schedule is a lot more difficult than the Cropdusters' remaining schedule. You win today, you really have some cushion. You really build yourself a lead that you feel comfortable with. You lose today, and it's really anybody's division to win coming down the home stretch.
And what I mentioned earlier, again, the Cropdusters 2-1 against the Big Train this year. So if the Cropdusters win, they're going to win that season series, which down the line is going to be huge if you get to a tiebreaker kind of scenario. As the catcher Jason Schiavone throws down, and we are just about ready to go. Braden Martin, the designated hitter, to lead it off. Again, Martin, Ervelina, and Kirk due up to face Cassidy. And the Big Train are back home in what is going to be a tough stretch of games, but playing better recently. 5-3 over their last 8. Did split the doubleheader against the DC Grays, winning game 1, but dropping game 2. Braden Martin, the DH, stands in, and Brandon Cassidy, the right-hander, on the mound as we are ready to go. And the first pitch from Cassidy, 7:03 p.m., misses high and outside, a ball and no strikes.
Yeah, they need a guy who's been their best pitcher all summer long to produce another fantastic start again.
Cassidy from the windup delivers. Bunt is showed, pulled back, and this is a called strike on the corner. Cassidy's ERA still sitting at 0. And most recently pitched against the DC Grays on June 29th, tossing 5 shutout innings while striking out a high of 9. And the 1-1 sticking with the fastball too far outside, 2 balls and a strike. The only run allowed by him all the way back on June 4th at the T-Bolts, and again, an unearned run still resulting in that 0 ERA. Cassidy taking his time. Now the 2-1. Bunt showed again, pulled back, this one a little bit low. 3 balls and a strike.
And if you're the Big Train, getting off to a good start is so crucial in this game after the offense really struggled a little bit in DC on Saturday.
Cassidy looking to avoid a walk, 3-1. This one hit in the air out toward left center field. This is trouble. This ball is going to split the outfielders, and it's going to roll all the way to the wall. Dean Twygo will get it into Connor Rasmussen, but easily in at second is Braden Martin with a stand-up leadoff double.
Yeah, that's exactly the start the Cropdusters were hoping for. Trying to strike early against a pitcher that has been near unhittable.
Well, speaking of Twygo back in center field, we're starting to see him play out there a little bit more. Very athletic guy. We mentioned that in DC. We've seen him make some really special plays at both first and right field. So getting a fast guy out there, perfect for the Big Train, but can't do anything on that one as there's a called strike on a fastball to the second baseman, Matt Ervelina.
Yeah, Ervelina, guy who's hit well against the Big Train so far this summer.
Cassidy looking at the runner. Now the 0-1. Bunt showed, and this is popped back out of the stadium on a bunt attempt. And Cassidy in control now. No balls and 2 strikes. Looking for a big out number 1. Still taking his time. Cassidy delivers. This one fouled into the net.
Yeah, let's see how he's able to respond. Leadoff runner on second. If you can work around this, you certainly gain a lot more confidence working into the ball game.
Still 0-2. Jimmy Kirk waiting on deck. The pitch. This one on the ground, towards the middle, off the glove of Lucas Phelps. Runner coming to the plate, and the Cropdusters are going to strike first. It's an RBI single for Matt Ervelina. And it's the first earned run allowed this season by Brandon Cassidy. And that's a streak that has spanned all year and has spanned 17 straight innings coming into today. First time a run has been allowed in general since his first start. Cassidy takes something off on the ground to third. This could be 2. Guerrero will go to Phelps for 1. Relay over to first in time. A good stretch by Hakopian. They go around the horn, and it's 2 big outs. You love to see that if you're Brandon Cassidy. 2 hard hit balls, especially the double, and then getting soft contact on an off-speed pitch and getting him to roll over for a double play. Cassidy does feature a good 4-pitch mix, a fastball, a changeup. He's got a slider and a curveball. That fastball out of high school in the mid-80s. He gets it here, a called strike. Check swing, but in the zone anyway.
And a nice job to get out a guy who caused problems the last time these teams met. Hit a game-tying home run in the 9th to Jimmy Kirk.
There's a slider. And this one a little far outside. Nice attempt there by Jason Schiavone to try to frame it, but umpire not fooled. 1-1. Cassidy with the windup and finds the corner again. 3 straight pitches locating that part of the zone against Matt Mura. Now ball and 2 strikes. Cassidy looking for strikeout number 1 in this outing. Hasn't had an outing yet this year where he hasn't had at least 5. The 1-2. Fastball up and in, and he gets the swing. Cassidy with a strikeout. Another one for Brandon, number 26 on the season, and the inning ends. The Cropdusters do take the lead, but credit to Cassidy working out of it. A double play and a strikeout. We'll go to the bottom of the first. The Big Train coming to bat for the first time today. Well, the offense has been slumping a little bit for the Big Train as of late. They hope it comes alive here against the Cropdusters, and that is how Sal Colangelo lines up the Big Train. Eddie Akopian at that leadoff spot. Connor Rasmussen moves up a few places. Of course, that 3-4 part of the order, the All-Stars, Hurd and Orr. And down the line a little bit, Phelps dropping in the lineup down to that 7 spot. Didn't have a stellar day at the plate in Washington, D.C., but still valuable to this team, especially with the glove. And Dixon Williams at the DH spot tonight, getting a break from the field, but can't lose that bat. Cropdusters defense, though, has to be ready. This is a team that puts the ball in play a lot, the best hitting team in the Cal Ripken League, and that's how the Cropdusters line up on the field. Well, here we go. Eddie Akopian to face Joe Puchek, the left-hander, and his first pitch to Akopian on the inside corner, a called strike. So welcome to the Big Train, Eddie. Sal Colangelo hopes he becomes a valuable part of this team down the line. The 0-1 on the opposite corner. This one misses, a ball and a strike. One. Too far outside on the line of the left-handed hitter's batter's box. 2 balls and a strike. Taking his time. Now the lefty deals. And that goes back to the inside corner to even up the count.
Yeah, and with the loss of Carter Cunningham, the Big Train hoping Hakopian can become an impact bat for them down the stretch.
The 2-2. This one on the ground towards the middle, fielded by the second base bag. The throw to first in time. Play made. Matt Ervelina showing off the athleticism for out number 1.
Yeah, nice play. Always important to get that first out of the inning.
Well, here is the Tulane product now, Connor Rasmussen. Nearly in game 2 of the doubleheader, hit a go-ahead 3-run home run. Just a little right of the right field foul pole. Now lefty on lefty matchup, and the first pitch on the corner, a called strike. This one in there as well, and Rasmussen quickly falls behind. And Joe Puchek already pumping out strike after strike.
Yeah, really great command of the zone early in this one.
0-2, slow chopper right back to the mound. And the lefty will just do a quick toss over to first in time. 2 quick outs retired by Puchek. And now it brings up Jeffrey Hurd. And again, like we mentioned earlier, Jish Sokolsky, the Cropdusters broadcaster who was supposed to be with us during the All-Star game before that got rained out, will be joining us in the second to do some play-by-play work in the top half of the inning, and will join me for some color commentary in the bottom. And now Jeffrey Hurd. His stellar season continues, and he takes a breaking ball a little high, a ball and no strikes. Hurd trying to get the Big Train in the hit column. And he will, a base hit into center field. Jeffrey Hurd reaches. And Mr. Reliable does it again for Bethesda.
Yeah, he has been consistent all season long for the Big Train.
And now Jacob Orr. Orr's average has dropped down a little bit. He got off to a really hot start for the Big Train. Was an on-base machine as well, drawing a lot of walks, named to the All-Star team. One of 9 Big Trains to make it. The first one down low, a ball and no strikes. But has since cooled off just a little bit, but still finds himself in that cleanup spot. A ball and no strikes. This one a fastball that misses too high. And Orr immediately finds himself in a good hitter's count. Keep in mind, with 2 outs, Hurd will be off and running with contact. And Jeffrey Hurd, very athletic, good speed. Sticking with the fastball, that one a little bit lower, but still a called strike, 2-1.
Big Train would love some 2-out magic here in the first inning.
Two and one. Orr waiting from the stretch. Now the pitch. That one taken inside. 3 balls and a strike. Puchek, a real tough task. Does have to face a lot of lefties in this lineup. But this is a Big Train team that can hit. 3-1. And Orr right back into the net. So the count is full, and Jeffrey Hurd will be off and running. So something in a gap. Could easily score Hurd. The 3-2. Orr fouls this one off. Stays alive at the plate. First game for Puchek since June 25th when he tossed 3 innings of 1-run ball. Earned run ball, I should say. 2-run ball in total against the Metro Soco Braves. The 3-2. This one is popped up. It's on the field. Who's going to get it? It'll be the third baseman who makes the grab with Anthony Swenda coming in, and the inning ends. The Big Train do get a base runner, Jeffrey Hurd, with a single, but they leave him stranded. We're through 1. The Cropdusters up 1-0.